Hello, you guys. How are you doing? Well, today I'm gonna share with you guys why did I decide to let my hair go gray.
O que fazer quando é impossível evitar? Quando vejo em
It
você.
seems like you guys really enjoy the gray hair videos over here, though I don't want this channel to become only about gray hair, okay? And you guys promised me that. Over here, the main subject is to become purposeful, right? But since doing this, this change to my hair has to do with me being purposeful in my life, I want to talk about it. Well, you can go ahead and go grab a coffee or a tea because this is gonna be a little chat and a story. First of all, I don't think that in this light you can really see how really white my hair is right now. I'm gonna post a picture here so you guys can actually see like the reality of my hair like outside, because over here I have this studio light, and though it's very pretty, it doesn't really show my hair, which is kind of sad because I really like the white hair. I can kind of like try to show you guys how the white is coming through and my stage right now. I started doing this last October and we are in April right now, so just a couple of months. 6 months now. Oh my gosh, time goes by so fast, I didn't even realize it. And the reason why it's so short is because I had a little problem in between. I made a video about it if you guys want to check it out. I had like this real disaster happening to my hair, but I'm over it now, and by now there's just so little of the dyed hair that I had to dye it actually after my problem. You guys can see like in the ends there's still a tiny bit of dye in my hair, but it's just like right in the like tiny spots because I didn't want to cut it short anymore because I want to let it grow long. So let me get to this story. Why did I decide to go gray? Well, it's kind of funny because I think that this decision kind of happens differently to everyone, and to me it was really funny because one day I had a dream, and in the dream I was standing in this office which I've never been in. It was like this very long office with this huge white table. It was so beautiful, and it was in this tall building because I was looking out, and the whole entire wall was like a mirror, not a mirror, it was a window. The whole entire wall was of glass, and I could see the whole entire city. And I was standing, I was watching myself from outside my body. So it was kind of like I was watching a movie, right? So I was watching myself and I was standing over there, and my son comes in, and I realized that I am like the main CEO of that place, and I'm like, wow. And I'm looking at myself, and I have this long, kind of like up to here, white hair. My hair is like, it's darker than it is right now because I still have dark hair in the back, and when you look like this you kind of see like a dark root because it kind of fades in with, I have a lot of dark hair still. My hair right now is not all white, it's kind of like grayish, it's more white over here and darker over here. So it was probably a couple of years from now in that dream, and my hair was really white, and it was kind of like down to here, and I had this like light dress sort of, and I looked like an executive person, I was the CEO at the time, and I was really impressed with that dream. And I woke up and I was like, wow, what was that? I really want an office like that, and that place, and that, and everything was like, it was very touching, And I thought, does the white hair has like any meaning to it? You know, why did I think white hair? That is strange because I've been dyeing my hair ever since I was very young. So I didn't, the truth is I never saw my hair going white. I never saw that because I started dyeing my hair. I was like, seriously, like 11 years old. And I can tell you a whole entire story about it if you want to know why did I start dyeing my hair so young. But so the thing is, I didn't really see my hair going white. I started to realize that my hair was kind of, because I always dyed it, you know? But I kind of started realizing my hair was going white like when I was around 26 or so. Because every time that I would let my roots go a little bit, you know, without dyeing, I'd start to see, you know, all these little white hairs, like especially in the front. And I was like, whoa, I think I have some hair here. Let's do it, you know, let's touch up or, you know, make more highlights or whatever. And since I'm an artist, I'm always, you know, in a position where I actually have to change my hair, either for a role or, you know, whatever I'm doing. So I didn't really see how much white hair I had. So it's not a thing like I had that dream because I keep seeing my white hair, you know, coming or something, because I didn't. You know, I knew I had the white hair because every time my roots would come out, you know, and I would be worried about the roots and everything. But I didn't really even know how much white hair I had. I had no idea. So that day I was really intrigued by why I dreamed about white hair. And then I like spoke to my husband and I told him the story and he was like, that's interesting. And then the other day I woke up, you know, the day after I woke up and I couldn't forget about that image I had in my, you know, of myself. That I thought it was so beautiful in that dream, you know. I looked really pretty and like well established and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, you know. And I couldn't stop thinking about the white hair. And then I started, you know, trying to think whether that had anything to do with, because I'm very spiritual. So I always try to understand spiritually if that means something, you know. So I actually even like searched, you know, like the Bible to see if I could find, you know, meaning to white hair. And it's interesting, while I was doing the search, I found only that the mentioning of the white hair was always kind of attached to a wise person. So every time that it would mention like a wise person, it would say that the person had the white hair. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then, you know, I just kind of started to get a little fixated on the idea of seeing my white hair. And pandemic came. So I had the right, you know, not to do anything about my hair because I wasn't working, you know, I was just stuck at home. So I might as well just try to see the hair. And so I started to let my, you know, hair grow. And it started to grow. And it was actually about this big. Seriously, it was this long. You know, I started seeing the hair coming. I was like very intrigued by the way that it was, you know, like more over here than over here. I was very intrigued by it. But I had a long hair. And so I kind of like started liking the shade, because one of the things that I had a really hard time before when I was dyeing my hair all the time was that to my complexion, it didn't look very good when my hair turned yellow. It didn't. And since I was always dyeing and I was always trying to get that cool, you know, that coolness to the hair. But if you girls dye your hair, you know that it's very tough to get, you know, the yellow out, because you can like tone it and make it a little bit cooler, but then in a while it will just kind of start getting brassy. And you know, one of the things that really caught my attention was that my roots was really cool, you know, like the shade of my roots, which maybe you won't be able to see in the video, you know, because of, you know, all my lights over here and everything. Everything over here is warm, but it's a very cool shade of gray. and I loved it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have, this cool shade to my hair and I can't see it because I keep dyeing it. And I just started really wanting to have the hair. And by that time, when I was starting, to let it grow out and my hair was half dyed and growing out and everything, by that time, I was already like, asking people for permission, because we're so dumb like that, I mean, it's hard sometimes just to go with your gut, and we kind of tried to ask for permission. So I spoke to my husband, what he thought about it, and I spoke to my brother, and then I spoke to some friends, and I spoke to my son and my daughter. I was just trying to get the approval, Some people did not encourage me at all, and it was funny because all those people that said, no, what are you doing, you're gonna look like there was a friend, okay, he's a hairstylist, so that's why I reached him. Do you know what he said? He said, oh, you're gonna look like you're sloppy if you let your hair grow, because it kind of looks like a person that doesn't really give the hair much attention. And I was like, and it was funny because how it got, in my heart was like, I wanted to defend the idea that I could have the white hair I wanted. So that it's just really funny how it happened to me. I just had this certainty that I wanted to see my white hair. I wanted to see how it was gonna grow and how I would look and everything. And I mean, I'm still 39 years old. I'm not even 40 yet. But I just really wanted to see. And then at that point, I started searching for other people in America and other parts of the world. I found so many beautiful ladies that they had white hair, and they said, they had their journey. Started watching their videos and seeing what, they thought about it, and it was all encouraging me because they kept saying how wonderful it was, and I was like, oh my god, I want to know how wonderful that is too. And so I decided that I was gonna let it grow, and it started to grow, and it went like almost at this size. I wanted to match the ends to my roots, and that's where the problem came. But I'm not gonna tell the story again. You can watch this video if you are interested in that story. But to make the story short, I had a problem and I had to cut it really, really short because my hair fell apart. And I told details in that other video. And then I had to cut it, and so now I'm letting it grow, and by now it's been 6 months, and it's been wonderful so far. I really, really enjoy it. The hair is a lot stronger. There's this vibrant color to it, and I'm actually like finding myself again, like seeing myself for the first time, because it's been a long time since I've even seen the shade of my dark hair even. So now I can see the shade of my dark hair too, which I haven't seen forever. And it just kind of suits me, I think. And I think that like God is perfect, and we just keep messing, And so some of these things I wish that like when I was younger I would know, like if I would have done this earlier. That's what I'm saying. And other things now, I look back and I've had plastic surgery, for an example, and I wouldn't have now, because I don't know. I think that the things that I did before was coming from a place of insecurity, And you never make really good decisions when you're an insecure person. They shouldn't allow people that are not really truly an adult to go through that type of like surgeries and stuff. So I had like my breast enlarged, and now I'm even like considering removing it because I was, now I'm really confident in my skin. And so anyway, that's a subject for another video. So if you guys like this video, please leave your comments below. I enjoy sharing this journey with you guys. I hope that this helps, you know, if any of you are trying to, you know, understand yourself a little better, and maybe seeing your real hair shade will lead you that way. I don't know. That's what happened to me. So anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Love you guys. Bye bye.